My people, my people, my people. How you doing today? Um, Welcome to another episode of Row Lamb Live. This episode is a little bit different. This might be the first one that I've done just me. Um, this is a interview, conversation show. So I usually have a guest, have somebody rocking with me, somebody that I'm in conversation with. I'm also usually on a little bit later. Um, I don't know. Today, I think in my Substack today, I said I was gonna, um, said I was gonna go on, said I was gonna go on at 6. But just now, I was just thinking about the rest of my day, thinking about what I need to get done, and I said, man, let me just go ahead and do my show a little early, since it's just me, and you know what I'm saying. I could just do what I got to do. So this is I think it's a special episode of Rolam Live. Monday, I did not do my check in like I usually do. And a part of that is because this weekend I did the Charlotte Mini Con, which is put on by Heroes Con and the um, comic book store Heroes Aren't Hard to Find. This mini con is it's a 1-day con. I've done it. This was I think my third year doing it. It's always a great time, always good. My brothers were there, Morgan Iverson of Lumberjacks, Wally McNair of King Supreme and Pakuma. And of course, Danny J. Quick was there. And also, other friends that I've made over the years of doing cons in North Carolina. So it was good. It's always good. I was a little short on stock in terms of how many books I had, and so I was trying to decide how many books I would bring. So I was like, yeah, I'll just bring I'll bring 10 of each, 10 number ones, 10 number twos, 10 number threes. If this is your first time watching this, then my name is Rolam, obviously Rolam Live, and I am the writer and the creator of a superhero series called The Scarlet Ranger. Matter of fact, let me take this 3-issue bundle down because this sale is no longer there. But you can find my comic books at my site, rolam.com. But yes, I said I'll bring 10 of each. I should be fine. It's usually a small, intimate show. As soon as I walked into the building, they did it at a different place. I forget the name, maybe the Grady Cole Convention Center. I think they do it at. They used to do it at. But this year they did it at a place called Bloom Studios. And as soon as I walked into Bloom Studios, I said, oh yeah, this is about to be different. This is about to be different. And it was a great weekend. It was a great weekend. Met some new people, sold some books to people that had never heard of Scarlet Ranger, sold some books to people who had bought Scarlet Ranger before, said they loved the number 1. I need 2 and 3, or they love number 1 and 2. I need 3. So returning people. It was great. It was great. And I left that weekend saying I needed this. Like I really needed this. 2025 was a really rough year for me. And so I didn't do the cons that I usually do. I think the only con that I did last year was the mini con in February, and everything else, just with everything that was happening in my life, I just wasn't able to make it to any other cons. So it felt like it's been like 2 years since I've rocked at a con. And so there's something very encouraging. There's something inspiring about, selling my books and meeting people and seeing them excited to read the work, and also just getting yourself back into the field, right? Back into the fray of, you know, what it is that we do. You know what I'm saying? And I think, I've spent a lot of time working on the creative side of my work, writing, outlining, idea generation. You know what I'm saying? All those things that comes into storytelling, but I haven't spent as much time on the business side. And I think that, I don't know, walking away from this weekend, it just really gave me more of a passion. Maybe not passion, but just a realization that, um or confirmation, validation that this is something that I can do. You know what I'm saying? Me, being successful as a writer, a comic book creator, storyteller, a world builder, is not out of reach. And what it's going to take, though, is some consistency. It's going to take some planning. It's going to take some strategy. It's going to take some risks, right? It's going to take things from me, and that's okay. But it's just a matter of me showing up, right? It's a matter of me being in a position. It's a matter of me being in the places that I need to be in. And so I think this weekend was just confirmation of that. And so I have another show coming up, the Atlanta Science Fiction and Fantasy Expo. So if you're in Atlanta, it's going to be at the North Lake Mall, March 14th and the 15th. So I'm excited to rock there. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I appreciate you. Thank you, Cindy, for those kind words, for sure. Um, so yeah, so I think, I'm excited about that show, and I want to line something up for April. Probably won't have anything in May. May is when I'll be going. I don't know if I've mentioned this on here, but I actually have a writing retreat, a writer's retreat that I'm going on. I've never been on a writer's retreat. This writer's retreat is run by Leslie Penelope, who is a fantasy author. Her book is right here. Actually, it's called Song of Blood and Stone. Can y'all see that? Oh, it's not backwards. Yeah, Song of Blood and Stone by L. Penelope. She's a great writer, great writer. And I saw that she had a writer's retreat that she's hosting in May. It's called Ink and Magic, and I applied to it, forgot about it, and got accepted. So that's happening in May. So I probably won't do a con in May. But Heroes Con, which is so Heroes Con runs Charlotte Minicon. That's the 1 day. In June they have the 3 day, which is the big con. So I'll do that in June, and then I'm gonna try to find some other ones, and line them up for the rest of the year. But like I said, I think I just really needed this weekend. I needed to be back around creative people, back around creators, back around the people who are doing the things that I'm doing. And also, shaking hands and meeting the people who are buying my books and reading the books, and really rocking with what I'm doing, and so coming out of that weekend, it makes me want to be more intentional and more consistent about, showing up here on YouTube, on Roland Live, showing up on Instagram, and making sure that I'm telling people what I'm doing, because I realize that I can get so lost in, I'll post things on my stories on Instagram or social media or whatever, but I won't be thinking about my own work, right? I won't be thinking about promoting myself. And that's a part of this game. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of this game. And so I think coming out of the weekend, I just feel really inspired. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity, and there's a lot of opportunity. And that opportunity, I think, on some level hinges on my ability to show up and to keep showing up, even when it may not look as promising as I want it to be, So it was a great weekend. Shout out to all my people. Shout out to Bequest Studios. Shout out to my brothers. Shout out to, and also got to spend time with the family outside of the con. I got to see yes, my brother William. Yes, my brother William was tabled beside me. Um he was tabled beside me at the mini con. William Withers, what's up, brother? Me too, brother. It's good to be around your peers. Enjoy tabling with you at the trail. Yes, sir. It's always good to see my guy William. Um, like I said, he was tabled beside me, and y'all definitely check out William Withers and his art and everything he has going on for sure. But yes, I got to see my family. I got to see my dad was in town. Got to see my dad, got to see my mom. Obviously, I stayed with my mom. All the siblings, you know what I'm saying? I got this. So if you don't know, I have two younger brothers and a sister. Everybody was there. Got to see them. My sister's birthday was on Monday. So we did like a lunch on Sunday. So it was cool, saying happy early birthday to my sister. Felt like I hadn't seen the fam in a minute. So that was good. So it was just a good weekend all around. It was a good weekend all around. So a couple of quick updates. I am 44,000 words into the fourth draft of this novel, The Unveiling Stars. And part of why I'm doing my show earlier than I usually would is because I need to do some writing. We got writers group tomorrow. I don't think I've written any words. I've been thinking about the story, been working some things out, but I haven't actually sat at the desk and put words down. And so tonight, I'm going to take some time and at least hopefully get a chapter done so I could turn it into the writers group tonight and be ready for tomorrow. But I'm going to be working on that tonight. I think right now, if I remember correctly, I don't want to lie to you, but I think we're at about 45,000 words. I'm working on chapter 30 tonight. I feel really good about where we are. Like I said, over on the Patreon, there's early drafts of the cover for the paid members. So definitely check out, my Patreon, patreon.com/Rolam. Check out Patreon if you want to see more about the process and where we're at with it. But that's just, that's the gist of where we are. We're at about 44,000 words, chapter 30. And I feel really good about where we are with the story. I have some things that I need to think about. Last week, had a good conversation in writers group, got some good notes, some good feedback. Really appreciate my writers group. I mean, they really, brought so much energy and thought to this project. So I just really appreciate them. I'm writing an epic fantasy, and so it's a very big world. It's a lot of I don't know. It just feels very, I don't know. It just feels like a massive project. And so I just appreciate them spending the time reading and, a lot of it is really rough draft work, and they've been reading, they've been sharing, giving me feedback. So, shout out to my girl Moon, shout out to my girl Nova. Their novels are great. I cannot wait to see, what they do with their works. And I don't even know if I'm supposed to be mentioning their works on here. Maybe I'm not going to say their titles, but their works are great. I've been reading their stuff and giving them feedback and notes as well. And I'm excited to see how they continue on this journey. I texted them the other day and I just said, yo, can y'all imagine when we all have our books in our hands? That is going to be crazy. So anyway, that's where we're at with the novel. As far as Scarlet Ranger number 3 goes, we are. So yeah, if you've never seen the covers, here's Scarlet Ranger number 1. Well, that's 3. Scarlet Ranger number 2. Scarlet Ranger number 3. You can get those at my website, roadlam.com. The bundle sale that I was doing that gets you 10% off is no longer live, so you can't get that deal anymore, but you can still get all 3 issues, and I will ship them to you I ran the Kickstarter for Scarlet Ranger #3 about maybe it was probably about a year ago now. And I'm really late on getting rewards shipped out, but as you can see right here, we have some things packaged up and everything is going out this month. Everything is going out this month. In about a week, I'm gonna start shipping. We're gonna start sending things out. People will be getting their books and all the things, all the merch items and all the rewards. So that's happening this month. I'm very excited to fulfill that campaign. Again, 2025 was a year for your boy, and so a lot of my plans and a lot of the ways that I thought things would go, they did not go that way. But I'm grateful, and I'm happy to be able to still be here and getting these things out to you. So that's what's going on with that. What else? I posted on Substack. I posted my what's inspiring me this week. I think I have a pretty cool list in there. I came across one thing I did want to mention. I came across this podcast and it was talking about ideas, and almost like the importance of ideas. So I put that on my list in the Substack as well. I didn't finish that podcast because I got interrupted, but from what I did hear, some very insightful stuff. So if you check out the Substack, you'll be able to see that and a couple other things I put in there. And so yeah, this is a really quick show. Like I said, I just wanted to come in and give you a quick update because I missed on Monday. And I wanted to do it early because I really need to get to some writing. And so tonight is going to be my writer's night. I'm gonna knock some things out for the writers group. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. This quick little 20 minutes. All the people that showed up said what's up. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you for being here. Absolutely, please like this, subscribe to this, share it with somebody. And if you want to support me, like I just said, you can like the video, you can share it with somebody, but also check out my Patreon. We have different tiers. I'm working on this novel, and that Patreon space is dedicated to the novel. And so that's where all my updates will be. I think I'm going to start doing a dedicated, a Patreon exclusive podcast on my Patreon. And I'm going to be, I really want to figure out how to document this process. I wish I had started when I started my first draft, but I didn't start my first draft. So I'm just going to start here. But sort of documenting going from where I am now to when this book is ready. So I think I'm gonna start doing that on Patreon. I just want to see how, I just want to know how, I want to figure out how to structure that. So that's one thing. So check out the Patreon. Also check out the Substack. And you can also buy me a coffee. I have a buy me a coffee. If you would like to do I don't think I have any of those links. I usually have these links on here, but I just was like, yo, let's just hit play and let's rock. So I don't have any of my links ready to go. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. So yeah, check out the Patreon, check out the Substack, check out the Buy Me a Coffee. I would love any support that you can do would be great. And then also check out rolam.com to get your copies of Scarlet Ranger issues 1, 2, and 3. In the next couple of months, I plan to start working on Scarlet Ranger #4. The script is finished. We just had some issues with the artist for issue 3. Man, I really wanted to do issue 4 with Ricardo to finish off this arc. It's not going to happen. I need to find another artist. I think I have one lined up, but I just need to lock that in and figure out when's going to be the best time to start, financially, like start paying him and getting that going. But I just really want to get Scarlet Ranger 3 out the door before I even start moving in that direction. So with everything being shipped out in March this month, I'm starting to turn my attention to that. I'm glad the script is complete because now I could just get it to the artist and then we can start working on that. I also want to start doing some more things on my shop, doing some having some other items that are Scarlet Ranger branded. Um, so I need to figure that out as well. But anyway, I think that's that. I appreciate you for watching. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for rocking with me. Um, Mr. Walls, for sure, for sure. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Um, like I was just saying, I don't know if you heard that things are being shipped out this month. So it is on the way. Thank you so much, man. He's been a great supporter over the last couple of years. So definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. So um yeah, that's the show for tonight, for today, I should say. It's a little bit of an impromptu because I usually go like six, 7, 8, sometimes 9. But I think I don't know, I was feeling like I wanted to share this and I know I need to get to some writing. So appreciate y'all for bearing with me. And yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. So I will talk with you all soon. And as always, I love you. Peace.